Have you ever thought about how many things have to go right for a plane to stay in the sky? Now imagine everything going wrong, and somehow, everyone still survives. These are 5 aviation miracles that even experts still struggle to explain. 1. The miracle on the Hudson. Our first story begins just minutes after takeoff. U.S. Airways Flight 1549 loses both engines after a massive bird strike. Complete silence from the cockpit. But Captain Sully Sullenberger doesn't panic. He does something no commercial pilot had ever pulled off: a controlled water landing on the Hudson River. And here's the part that still gives people chills. Every single one of the 155 passengers survived. A decision made in seconds turned into one of the greatest aviation saves of all time. 2. The Gimli glider Air Canada Flight 143 was cruising at 41,000 feet when the unthinkable happened. It ran out of fuel. Completely. A metric conversion error left the plane dry in midair. The pilots had no engines, no thrust, and no power. So they improvised. They turned the Boeing 767 into a giant glider, guiding it toward an old, abandoned Air Force base that had been turned into a drag racing track. Some passengers didn't even realize the engines were off because the landing was so smooth. A miracle of pure piloting instinct. 3. Aloha Airlines Flight 243 mid-flight, a massive section of the plane's roof suddenly tore off, exposing passengers straight to the open sky. Explosive decompression, screaming winds, structural damage everywhere. But the pilots stayed calm. They fought through the chaos and guided the damaged aircraft back to land safely. Experts still refer to this as one of the most extraordinary demonstrations of control and composure ever recorded in aviation. 4. Delta Flight 15. The 9/11 Miracle. This next miracle isn't mechanical. It's human. When U.S. airspace closed during the 9/11 attacks, dozens of planes were forced to divert. Delta Flight 15 ended up in the tiny town of Gander, Newfoundland, along with thousands of other stranded passengers. The people there opened their homes, schools, and community centers. They cooked meals, offered clothing, and treated the passengers like family. In the middle of global tragedy, strangers created a moment of unity, compassion, and hope. 5. British Airways Flight 5390. Finally, we have the miracle almost too unbelievable to be real. A cockpit window blew out at 17,000 feet, sucking the captain halfway out of the plane. His crew grabbed onto his legs and refused to let go as the co-pilot fought to regain control of the aircraft. Not only did they land safely, the captain survived, and eventually went back to flying. Aviation professionals still call it one of the most astonishing saves in commercial flight. 5 moments when disaster should have won, but didn't. 5 stories that remind us that sometimes miracles happen miles above the ground. If you want a part 2, aviation mysteries that still have no explanation, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll drop it next.